I think this is a good one. Blimp. God. We're gonna have to go through customs just to check this sucker in, dude. She is freaking thick. We're getting somewhere. Let's go do a little pre-fish. Hey guys, Patrick Walters here, Bassmaster Elite Series champion here at the St. Lawrence River in Clayton, New York. We got it done this week. Truly, I can't believe it. I didn't, coming into this week, I knew it was gonna be a great tournament overall for the whole field. I knew we were gonna catch a lot of fish, but we only had 2 days of practice, so I didn't know how things were gonna shake up. We just come back, it was a back-to-back straight from Lake Champlain, and I had a good tournament there, so I felt like I was kind of dialed in. All my rods were ready. The wind blew a little bit in practice, but not too much, but we had some conditions the day one of the tournament. The wind was really gonna blow, and so that's kind of what I looked at, was planning ahead for the whole week. I looked at the wind, not necessarily for what practice was, but what the wind was gonna be in the tournament, and that's how I strategized how I was gonna break down practice. And so what I did was I ran around the lake. I never fished any spot really hard. I just wanted to find the area that had the fish, had the population of fish, and that had the good quality size. I started on the American side, I went all the way out to Duck, I fished the Canadian side around Amherst, and I found a couple areas that I really liked, and also fished the river a little bit because I was worried that a lot of the areas that I like smallmouth fishing was gonna have 8-foot waves on it the first day of the tournament. I mean, we had 25 to 30 mile an hour gust winds on the first day of the tournament on Thursday, so I made the plan I was gonna fish the river Thursday, and right at the mouth. I fished the Kingston side, and I struggled. Actually, I didn't catch a fish for the first hour and a half. I caught like a 3-pounder, was super happy. Then I caught a 2-pounder. Then I put a 1-pound, 10-ounce smallmouth in my boat, in my live well. Usually you don't do that here at the St. Lawrence River because you'll never have a chance to win. But I had to get my confidence that I was going to catch 5 and then call up from there. And then at 1 o'clock I had 17 pounds, and I said, you got to hunker down. I threw a drop shot. That entire day is what I caught my fish on, and from 1 o'clock to till 3:30 when I was due in, I caught 24 pounds. I caught a big fish. It was a 6-1. I was mainly running around fishing humps and points right there at the mouth of the river, and then I fished 2 current breaks on the way in, really close here to Clayton. I caught a 5-1 and like a 4-14, and it just topped my day off. At that point, I couldn't believe it. I headed back in. I was like, I can't jinx it if we caught them that good in the river. And so I had 24 pounds in the river, super happy about that. My goal weight was just to catch 20 pounds. Survived day 1, and then day 2 I was gonna run out into the lake. And that's what I did. For the next 3 days, I ran all the way out in the lake. I was running about an hour into the big water. Fishing shallow points and shoals is what I was targeting. Basically like 25 to 20 feet and less to like 12 foot. So 25 foot and less is was my target depth. And I was mainly looking for active schools of smallmouth. You know, smallmouth, all they do is swim around and eat. That's what they do for a living. Every now and then they make babies, but they swim around and they focus on eating. And so what I did was I tried to cover as much water as I could to find the active fish. And once you found a school that was there and they were willing to eat, you could catch them pretty easy. And that's why I was throw a drop shot. That is the most effective tool, hands down, for smallmouth anywhere in the world. I don't care if you're in California, I don't care if you're in South Carolina, or here on the St. Lawrence River in New York. The drop shot, you can fish effectively, you can fish efficiently, and you can use a variety of different baits. That's what I did. I used minnow baits, swim baits, worms. I varied the profile to kind of the structure I was fishing, whether it was rock or grass, and the color I would change would just be due to light. You know, the first day it was really cloudy. I caught them more on whiter, natural baits, kind of more shad profile. And then as it really got brighter, I would switch to more black and green pumpkin kind of style baits. But ended up catching 105 pounds of smallmouth. Can't believe it. Day 2 and day 3 were what really carried me through. Caught the 2 biggest bags of smallmouth I've ever caught. I caught 27 something the second day, and then the day 3 I caught 28.5. Couldn't believe it. I had an absolute blast. I was throwing back 5-pounders, and at that point I knew, I was like, it's probably time to come in. You can't catch hardly more than that on smallmouth. But it was a great week. We got the trophy. Got my first win on smallmouth, and trust me, I highly enjoy that brown sugar.
24 pounds, 10 ounces. 24 pounds and 10 ounces with 105 pounds even. Patrick Walters wins the Minn Kota Bassmaster Elite on the St. Lawrence River. The Minn Kota Bassmaster Elite at the St. Lawrence River belongs to Patrick Walters. 105 pounds even, the biggest winning weight of smallmouth bass in Bassmaster history.